I'm really excited about making some homemade applesauce in my Instapot tonight. What I'm going to need is 10 apples peeled and cored, and I'm going to slice those into pieces, a half a cup of sugar, a teaspoon of cinnamon, half a teaspoon of ginger, a fourth of a teaspoon of cloves, 1 teaspoon of vanilla, and a half a cup of water. Having the proper tools makes all the world of difference in doing a job like this. If you don't have an apple peeler, core, slicer, this is going to take you a little bit longer, but if you have one, it's really going to speed up the job. It does all the dirty work for you. It peels, cores, and slices all at the same time, and all you have to do is chop it into pieces. It's really a nice thing to have if you don't have one. Okay, you're going to place all of the ingredients right inside the Instapot, and you're going to cook. That's it. First of all, I've got my apples that I peeled, cored, and sliced. And I used way too small of a bowl, so I had to transfer to a larger bowl. And you may likely get some seeds and pieces of core, extra peeling in there. Just pull them out if you did. Oops, I missed that one. Let's break him up a little bit. 10 apples, half of a cup of sugar, a teaspoon of cinnamon, a half a teaspoon of ginger, a fourth of a teaspoon of cloves, a teaspoon of vanilla, and a half a cup of water. We're going to give all of that a quick stir. It's okay if you mush it up a little bit. Your applesauce is going to be chunky afterwards anyhow, so some people like to blend it. I like it chunky. To me, that's the best part of it. If I buy applesauce in the store, I buy the chunky applesauce. I like the chunks, but it's definitely okay if you mush it up a little bit as you're stirring. Okay, so we have everything in there, so we're going to place the lid on. We're going to seal the vent by turning this black lever away from us, turn it toward the wall, and we're going to pressure cook right here on the front. We're going to pressure cook for, let me see, I forget, 8 minutes. 8 minutes. So press the arrow up or down, the plus, the minus, until you get to the right number. We're going to pressure cook for 8 minutes. When it's finished, we're not going to do anything right off the bat. We're going to naturally allow the pressure to release, and then I'll show you what to do after that. Okay, I did nothing after the timer went off, and it counted up to 16 minutes ago that it went off, and I know that it's done because this little silver circle here fell down, so I know that the pressure has naturally released by itself, which took 16, almost 17 minutes for me. So now I can remove the lid because that pressure has released, and my applesauce is done. So what you can do at this point is you can blend it if you want it smooth. You can just stir it up a little bit. You can let it sit however you like it. I'm going to let it sit for about 10 more minutes to let it thicken up a little bit and absorb some of that water that's still in there. But you can also make this in your crock pot if you don't want to use your Instapot. You do everything the same, except you put it in your crock pot for 6 hours on high or for 2 hours on low. And it's going to be delicious. And it smells amazing. That's one of the best parts. And the results were delicious. A+ recipe.